Hello, my dear students. Last time we have seen the concept of row space and column space of a matrix. Today we are going to see the definition of row rank and column rank. So just let us recall the definition of row space and column space. So if you are having a matrix of order m by n in this way, then you can visualize the rows of A as elements of r raised to n. Note the order of the matrix is m cross n, and you can visualize the columns of A as column vectors of r raised to m. Then the row space is defined as linear combination of all the rows in a matrix, and column space is linear combination of all columns in a matrix. Now let us see the definition of row rank and column rank. So definitions are simple. Row rank of A is nothing but, definitely we talk about, whenever we say row rank and column rank, they are related to matrix only. So row rank of a matrix A is nothing but it is equal to dimension of, can you guess it? This row space of A. Next, column rank of A is nothing but it will be what? Dimension of column space of A. So what exactly does it mean actually? So row rank is nothing but it is a dimension of row space, and column rank is nothing but it is dimension of column space. So in other words, you can say that row rank or column rank is nothing but row, or you can say column rank. Okay, so whenever you talk about row rank and column rank, so basically they are nothing but number of linearly independent rows or columns in a matrix. When you say row rank, it is number of linearly independent rows in a matrix, and whenever you say column rank, it is number of linearly independent columns in a matrix. Now we are going to see some examples where we will find row rank and column rank of matrices. So let us go for it then. So the first example is the matrix 1, 2, 7, 2, 4 and -1. Now here we are supposed to find the row rank and column rank. The meaning is we are supposed to find dimension of row space and dimension of column space. So let us do that. So here, or I will say let us denote this matrix by A 1, 2, 7, 2, 4, -1, and let us denote the rows of A as R1 and R2 and columns of A as C1, C2 and C3. C1, C2 and what? C3. We know row space of A is nothing but, in this case it will be alpha 1 R1 plus alpha 2 R2, such that this alpha 1 alpha 2 belongs to what? R. So this is nothing but, you can say, linear span of S, where our S is going to contain two vectors, that is R1 and R2. Just note one thing, in order to find row rank of A, we are supposed to find dimension of row space. So first of all we will find the row space. So I have written the row space here. Now we are going to find dimension of row space. So in order to find dimension, remember this row space is a subspace of R3. Okay, so have I written it over here? That should come in here itself actually. So your row space is a subspace of what? There may be a MCQ, R raised to n. Now why R raised to n? Because the rows of a matrix, we have visualized them as elements of what? R raised to n. Can you see here? So therefore it is a subspace of R raised to n, and we have visualized columns of A as a column vectors of R raised to m. Therefore column space will be a subspace of what? R raised to m. So row space is a subspace of R raised to n and column space R raised to m. Row space of A म्हणतो वाटलंच, आणि इथे सुद्धा column space of A. Just note one thing, note A is a matrix of order m by n. MCQ मध्ये ऑर्डर चेंज करून देऊ शकता. So respectively your answer will be changed. म्हणजे जर A ची ऑर्डर n क्रॉस m दिली, then row space will be a subspace of R raised to m and column space will be a subspace of R raised to n. Okay, in this way. So fine. So since they are subspaces, so definitely we can find dimension of them. Now you already know, in order to find the dimension, we are supposed to find the basis set. So just I will recall the definition of basis. So suppose you are having a vector space W, then S subset of W is said to be a basis of W. First, what should happen? S should be linearly independent, and the second thing is linear span of S should be equal to what? W. Now in this case we are supposed to find basis of row space and column space. So for understanding purpose, I will denote this row space by R, okay, and column space by C. So we know R is equal to row space of A is equal to somewhat like this. So there will be a slight change in the definition. So this W will be replaced by what? R, because we are finding basis of R. So I have to find a subset of R which is linearly independent, and this linear span of S should be equal to R. So we have already done this. The second condition is done. We have already found out a set S such that linear span of S is equal to R. You can say, because what is our left hand side? It is R only. Now we are supposed to check whether this is linearly independent or not. So if this set is linearly independent, we can directly say that S is a basis and we'll get what? The row rank. So chalo then let us check the linear independence. But it may happen that the set is linearly dependent. Then in that case what to do? That also we are going to see. So okay. So to check S is linearly independent or not, so I'll say let alpha 1 R1 plus alpha 2 R2 is equal to 0, 0 and 0, where this alpha 1, alpha 2 are real numbers. Just note one thing, since R1 and R2 are elements of R3, therefore over here you are having what? 0 of R3. Now let us put the value of R1 and R2 over here. So therefore what you are going to get, alpha 1, R1 is 1, 2, 7 plus alpha 2, my R2 is 2, 4 minus 1, which is equal to 0, 0 and 0. So let us solve it now. So I'll get alpha 1 plus 2 alpha 2 equal to 0. Next equation will be 2 alpha 1 plus 4 alpha 2, which will be equal to 0, and the next equation will be 7 alpha 1 minus alpha 2 is equal to 0. Now let us write down this system in a matrix form, कारण की इझिली आपल्याला अल्फा 1 आणि अल्फा 2 च्या किमती शोधता येत नाहीये. जर दोनच इक्वेशन असते तर आपण केलं असतं. So what will be my augmented matrix over here? So here my augmented matrix, now instead of using this notation, because we already used A for our matrix, right? We directly काय म्हणतो, here our augmented matrix is equal to, it is 1 2 2 4 7 minus 1, and this is 0 0 and 0. So which operation we will perform then? So I'll say by R2 minus twice R1 and R3 minus 7 times R1. So this will be equivalent to 1 2 0. जर तुम्हाला डायरेक्टली ही सिस्टीम सॉल्व करता येत असेल तर तुम्ही करू शकता. दॅट विल डिक्रीज द लेंथ ऑफ द प्रॉब्लेम. लेंथ कमी होईल जर डायरेक्टली कॅल्क्युलेशन्स करता येत असतील तर. पण जर तुम्हाला डिफिकल्ट जात असेल तर ऑलवेज यू कॅन यूज दिस मेथड. सो इथे 0 येईल, इथे सुद्धा 0 येईल, इथे 0 येईल. अँड व्हॉट अबाउट दिस व्हॅल्यू? सो -1 -7 multiplied by 2, I guess it will be -15, and this is 0, this is 0. So now this entry can be made 1. So by किंवा डायरेक्टली केलं तरी चालेल. Just we will shift it R2 3 because it is not in echelon form yet. So by performing this operation, what you are going to get? As in echelon form, you know all 0 rows should be collected at bottom, right? So 1 2 0 0 -15 0 0 0 and 0. Yes, now it is in echelon form. So therefore our rank is 2, which is equal to number of unknowns, right? So therefore our system has a unique solution. Equivalent system is, let us solve the equivalent system. Since system has a unique solution, we are not supposed to use the parameters, right? So equivalent system is, over here it is alpha 1 plus twice alpha 2 is equal to 0 and -15 alpha 2 is equal to 0. This will imply alpha 2 is 0, and if you put the value of alpha 2 in this equation, we are also going to get alpha 1 as 0. Okay, so that's it. Therefore S is linearly independent. So I'll call it as some 2. And what is our equation 1? Our equation 1 is this. Yes, so from 1 and 2 we got the basis of our R, that is row space, and therefore now we can tell the dimension. Now our row space contains how many vectors? Only 2 vectors. So therefore what will be the dimension of the row space? It is going to be 2, and therefore row rank will be what? 2. So therefore from 1 and 2 S is the basis of R. Therefore dimension of R is equal to 2. That is nothing but row rank of a matrix A is nothing but 2, and that is what we wanted to find. Now we are supposed to go forward the column rank. Okay, so we know, I will write down the definition of column space. I will call it as some C. That is column space of A set of all beta 1 C1 plus beta 2 C2 plus beta 3 C3 such that this beta 1, beta 2, beta 3 belongs to R. Now can you tell me this column space will be a subspace of what? What about the row space? Now see, row space was containing vectors from R raised to 3, and this row space is a subspace of R raised to 3. So therefore the maximum rank is going to be 3. 3 पेक्षा जास्त ती असू शकत नाही. Now note another thing for the column space. Now since you can see these are the column vectors in R2, therefore this column space is a subspace of R2. So therefore what will be the maximum rank of the column space? 2च. 2च्या वरती त्याची रँक जाणार नाही. म्हणजे एक तर 1 असेल, 2 असेल किंवा फार तर फार 0. That's it. Are you getting my point? So therefore our column rank is going to be either 0, 1 or 2. So in this way you can guess what should be the rank, column rank and row rank of your matrix. So this is equal to, so but this is very interesting now, just see, but this is equal to linear span of S. Now your LHS is C, where what is your S? Now in this case S contains 3 vectors C1, C2 and C3. आता हा सेट लिनियरली इंडिपेंडेंट असू शकत नाही. कारण की हा जर सेट लिनियरली इंडिपेंडंट आला तर तुमची कॉलम रँक जी आहे ती 3 होईल, बट दॅट इज नॉट पॉसिबल because your column rank should be at most 2. So it is very clear that this set is going to be linearly dependent. Now once this set is linearly dependent, we are supposed to do what? We are supposed to find the relation between the vectors, and that is going to give us something interesting. Okay, so I am going to call this set as 3. So to check linear independence of, आता याला आपण S1 म्हणूया because we already came across what the notation S. To check linear independence of S1, so I will say let beta 1 C1 plus beta 2 C2 plus beta 3 C3 is equal to 0, 0. आता असा 0 का बरं लिहिला? Because our vectors are the column vectors in this case. याला मी काहीतरी 4 म्हणतो. This will be required to find the relation between C1, C2 and C3. So this will imply beta 1. Now you can put the value of C1, C2 and C3. My C1 is 1, 2 plus beta 2. My C2 is 2, 4 plus beta 3, and my C3 is 7 minus 1, which is equal to 0, 0. Now let us solve it. So this implies beta 1 plus twice beta 2 plus 7 times beta 3 is equal to 0, and over here twice beta 1 plus 4 times beta 2 minus beta 3 is equal to 0. Okay, now let us consider the augmented matrix, because in order to find the relation, जर तुम्हाला relation directly दिसत असेल then very good, you can directly write down the relation between C1, C2 and C3. पण जर दिसत नसेल, don't worry, we already have a method which we already discussed where in the first year. So now I will write down the augmented matrix. So our augmented matrix is equal to, over here is 1, 2, 7, 2, 4 minus 1. It is exactly the matrix A, I guess. And on this side you are going to have 0, 0. So now what I will say, by R2 minus twice R1, so this will be equivalent to 1, 2, 7, this is 0, this is going to be 0, this is going to be 0. What about this? Minus 15, this is 0. So now which is in echelon form, so therefore we got the rank. Therefore what is rank? Remember now number of unknowns are 3 over here. Therefore rank is equal to how much? 2, which is less than 3, that is number of unknowns. Therefore system has infinite solution. So how many parameters over here? 1 parameters. So number of parameters that we are going to use, 3 minus 2, that is 1. Now let us write down the equivalent system. Equivalent system is given system, is, so which is beta 1. Now beta 1 are the notations, right? Beta 1 plus twice beta 2 plus 7 beta 3 is equal to 0, and over here I will have minus 15 beta 3 is equal to 0, and this is going to imply beta 3 is 0. Now since beta 3 is 0, we cannot use the parameter for beta 3, so you can just use the value in the above equation. So you will get beta 1 plus twice beta 2 is equal to 0. Therefore beta 1 plus twice beta 2 is equal to 0. Now you can put the parameter, either you can put for beta 2 or beta 1. I will go for beta 2 where t is a real number. So therefore what will be my beta 1? My beta 1 will be twice minus twice t, right? So I got beta 1, I got beta 2. Now So this implies our set is linearly dependent actually. सेट लिनियरली इंडिपेंडेंट कधी येतो जर इथे युनिक सोल्युशन आलं तर ह्या सिस्टीमला. ज्यावेळेस इन्फाइनाइट सोल्युशन येत असेल देन इट इज शुअर दॅट आवर सेट इज linearly dependent. So now we are going to find the relation between the vectors c1 c2 and c3. So आपण एक t ची व्हॅल्यू फिक्स करून घेऊया. आता t ची व्हॅल्यू कशी घ्यायची, सो t ची व्हॅल्यू अशा पद्धतीने घ्यायची जेणेकरून β1 आणि β2 च्या किमती इंटिजर्स यायला हव्यात. मग therefore मी t ची व्हॅल्यू काय घेतो, आय विल से शक्यतो फ्रॅक्शन नको, राईट. सो β1 इज -2 अँड β2 विल बी 1 अँड β3 तर 0च आहे. सो यू आर गोइंग टू यूज दिस व्हॅल्यूज वेअर इन 4. आय विल कॉल इट ॲज 5. सो यूज 5 in 4. तर हे कशासाठी करतोय आपण, इन ऑर्डर टू गेट द रिलेशन बिटवीन c1 c2 अँड c3. सो therefore what you are going to get, -2 c1 plus c2 plus 0 times c3 कारण की β3 ची किंमत तर 0 झाली is equal to 0. therefore c2 minus twice c1 is equal to 0 and therefore what is my c2, my c2 is twice c1. Okay, that is what we got. I am going to call it as some 6. Now we got the value of c2. You can verify your answer. याचा अर्थ जर c1 ला आपण 2 ने मल्टिप्लाय केलं तर c2 येतोय. बरोबर आहे का, ते चेक करा तुम्ही. Where are our columns? Yes. So here. So बघा जर c1 ला 2 ने मल्टिप्लाय केलं तर c2 येतोय. म्हणजे इथं दिसतंय की हा सेट लिनियरली डिपेंडंट आहे. जसं तुम्हाला समजत असेल तर डायरेक्टली केलं तरी चालेल. इतकी लेंदी प्रोसेस करण्याची गरज नाही आहे. पण मी ह्याच वेने का बरं घेतलं, जर एखादं कॉम्प्लिकेटेड एक्झाम्पल असेल तर तुम्हाला माहीत पाहिजे की हाऊ टू टॅकल दॅट एक्झाम्पल. दॅटफोर आय हॅव टोल्ड यू दिस मेथड. आता c2 इज इक्वल टू ट्वाइस c1 ची जी किंमत आहे आपल्याला कुठे टाकायची आहे, ह्या 3 इक्वेशनमध्ये. इज दॅट ओके, कारण की ह्या S1 मध्ये 3 वेक्टर्स आहे ना. ओके, सो व्हॉट विल बी युअर c दॅन, युअर c विल बी, so use 6 in 3, therefore your c will be β1 c1 and what is my c2 plus β2, c2 is twice c1 and β3 c3, which is such that this β1 β2 and β3 belongs to what, R. So which will be further equal to, so I can take this c1 out, so this will be β1 plus twice β2, this c1 is out, plus β3 c3 such that this β1 β2 and β3 belongs to what, R, which will be further equal to set of all. Now I will call it as some beta dash, so beta dash c1 plus beta3 c3 such that this beta dash and beta3 belongs to R. So therefore now this is equal to linear span of S2, where my S2 is nothing but what, it is containing only 2 vectors now, that is c1 and c3. So I will call it as some 7 and our LHS is C. Now if we show this S2 is linearly independent now, then we are through, because then in that case S2 will be a basis of what, this C. And what will be the dimension of column space, it will be 2. म्हणजे आपण ऍक्च्युअली केलेलं काय बघा, S2 मध्ये आता C1 आणि C3 आलेला आहे, तर आपण एक वेक्टर काढून टाकलेला आहे. कोणता वेक्टर काढून टाकलेला आहे, जो प्रॉब्लेमॅटिक वेक्टर आहे तो. सो विच वॉज आवर प्रॉब्लेमॅटिक वेक्टर, इट वॉज C2 काढून टाकलेला आहे आपण. पण आपण C1 पण काढू शकतो, असं काही नाहीये, कारण की एक जरी काढला C1 आणि C2 मधला तरी चालेल. कारण की आता जरी आपल्याला काय भेटलेलं असेल, C1 इज इक्वल टू ट्वाइस C2 इज इक्वल टू ट्वाइस C1 भेटलं, याच्यावरनं C1 ची पण किंमत आली असती ना, C2/2. जर C1 ची किंमत इथे टाकली असती तर मग आपण काय केलं असतं, C1 काढून टाकला असता, इजंट इट? कारण की मग इथे जर C1 ची किंमत टाकली असती तर फक्त C2 दिसला असता इथे, आणि इथे काहीतरी रिअल नंबर आला असता. मग त्या केसमध्ये ह्या सेटमध्ये C2 C3 वेक्टर्स आले असते. असं केलं असतं तरी चाललं असतं. ओके, दॅट इज ऑल्सो राईट. त्यामुळं ॲक्च्युली दिस set, whatever set S1 is there, where is that? Now this set is linearly dependent because some vectors in this set are related to each other by some relation. So if you remove that problematic vector, due to that this set is linearly dependent, then we will be through. ओके, जर तो एक वेक्टर आपण काढून टाकला त्याच्यामुळे हा सेट लिनियरली डिपेंडंट होतोय ना. असा वेक्टर जर आपण काढून टाकला, आता ते एकापेक्षा जास्त वेक्टर्स पण असू शकतात. ओके, प्रॉब्लेमॅटिक. मग ते जर वेक्टर्स आपण काढून टाकले तर आपल्याला जो सेट भेटतो तो कसा राहतो? लिनियरली इंडिपेंडंट. आणि तेच आपल्याला पाहिजे, राईट? कारण की आपण बेसिस शोधतोय. ओके, so now to check linear independence of S2, and this I leave it to you, you can do it to check linearly independent S2, right? S2 is linearly independent or not, आणि तो येणारच आहे. सो दिस इज होमवर्क. ओके, आणि खाली काहीतरी येईल, तुम्ही काय लिहाल? देअरफॉर S2 इज लिनियरली इंडिपेंडंट. मग त्याला तुम्ही काय म्हणायचं? काहीतरी 8 म्हणायचं. देअरफॉर फ्रॉम 7 and 8 I will say S2 is basis of C. Therefore from 7 and 8 you can say S2 is a basis of C, and therefore what is dimension of C? It is 2, and therefore column rank of A is nothing but what? 2. That is what we wanted to find. So for this example we have found column rank and row rank, आणि column rank 2 आलेली आहे आणि row rank सुद्धा काय होती? 2च होती. ओके, so this is about example on row rank and column rank. So next class मध्ये आपण आणखी एक एक्झाम्पल घेऊया, म्हणजे तुम्हाला व्यवस्थित समजेल की हाऊ टू फाइंड रो रँक अँड column rank, and then thereafter we will move towards next topic. So we will stop here.